Well, how you doing, everybody? Welcome to the weekend with the RV Wingman. If you're new to the channel, a special welcome to you. I'm a former campground owner, semi-retired. I've been in broadcasting most of my life, and now I try to stay in touch with you all by way of these videos. So, welcome to Wingman Wisdom. Yesterday, I went to Home Depot and I bought some work gloves. Okay, everybody's seen these $3.37 work gloves. And I'm going to show you what the work gloves I had to replace these with, what they look like, and what that has to do with maybe camping and RVing. Do you think these were ready to be replaced? I'll tell you how they got to look like this. How to do this video called The Things We Do for Love. Anyway, a couple things. Number one, I'm getting emails from people saying, I never got the free RV report. I offer a free RV report, not selling it or anything. You can download it. And what happens is if you go to the website, freervreport.com, it will take you 1 minute to view and download the report. You can print it out if you like, but it will help prevent you from getting ripped off. It will help you save lots and lots of money if you're buying or selling an RV. Well, when you download that report, you go on my email list. Now, I don't sell it to anybody, anything like that. I just every Sunday evening, so tomorrow evening at 6 p.m., I'll send out my weekly email. It takes you like 1 minute to read. It's just my way of being able to stay in touch with you. So you go to freervreport.com, download the report, and then you start receiving emails from me. So for a month, since this new report has been out, every single email that I send out on Sundays, I say, hey, if you haven't downloaded the report, here's the link. Well, about 70% of you folks who are on the list open my emails, and then okay, there it is, click, bam, you've got the new report. But the other 30%, the reason you're not getting it is you're not reading the emails. So God bless you, but please, if you want to get the new report, you can't just go to freervreport.com. Once you've been there, you can't sign up again. Your name is already on the list. By the way, I don't bombard you. If you ever want to get off the list, fine. If you've gotten anything out of the report of value, drop a comment below. Let me know what you thought of the free RV report. Now, I'm going to tell you about the gloves here in a second, but this is camping season. The weather's warming up. It's been warm pretty much for the last month or so down here in the South. But camping season's going on. As a former campground owner, I want to talk to you about your pets. I am a dog daddy. I've got 3 little ankle biters. I've got Pedro, Happy, and Napoleon. And when I had the campground, I would see dogs, and most of the time the owners are very respectful. But if you're not going, if you're taking your dog to a campground, please think of others. Not everybody loves dogs like maybe you do, like I do. Pick up their big dirty, keep them on a leash. Don't leave them tied up to a post or something. So they bark, 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 bark and driving everybody crazy. Be respectful of other campers. Again, not everybody loves dogs the way that you do. Now, speaking of that, I love my little Napoleon. Napoleon is a 3-pound Chihuahua, and he's the sweetest dog. I mean, he literally will he will drink margaritas out of my mouth. He will, and he will take his cookies out of my mouth. I know that if you get, oh, it's dirty. Look at where his mouth has been. I know. I'm just an old guy, and I love the things we do for love. So the only problem is when I pick up Napoleon, and he's asleep. And he doesn't want to, he goes underneath. He's a tunneler. He buries himself. When I go to pick him up, he has caused me, he makes me bleed. I've got, I take my daily baby aspirin, and my skin is so thin that he just touches it, and I just ooze blood. So I buy these gloves, $3.37 from Home Depot, and I go and pick him up with my gloves on, because if I don't, he will tear me to shreds. Oh, come on. A 3-pound dog? I promise you, he is the Tasmanian devil, for real. But the funny thing is, when he sees these gloves, and they used to look brand new, I'll have them up on the desk, and he just knows they're there. I don't know if he can smell them or he can see the edges off of them, but he has to have these gloves. And I give them to him, and he is so possessive of it. He will not let you have the gloves. And he just... So I just thought that was kind of a funny story. My wife is like, why do you go and buy him some gloves? Well, because I love him. Do you love your dog? Do your dogs have babies? I've got a bucket, literally. I have a wicker basket that's probably, I don't know, 16 inches around and 20 inches deep, full, over full, with little stuffed bears and rhinos and pigs and all kinds of babies, we call them, and we play fetch it up, and I just love my dogs. So if you're a camper, be thoughtful of others. Going back to, it's camping season, and we all want to get out and enjoy the outdoors, meet other people, but keep your dog on a leash. Please pick up the big dirty after it finishes doing its business. Nobody wants to go and step in it. That was one of the things that drove me crazy as a campground owner was, I'd see somebody and they'd have a dog, and I could tell a lot. I think you can tell a lot about people by watching the way they interact with their dog. Dogs communicate with us, and we communicate with them. It's important. For me, it took me a long time to understand. When I was a young child, I just thought that all you did was talk to the dog. But dogs talk back to us. And the older I get, and the more I'm aware, it's shocking that I made it this long on this earth, the more I understand that they're communicating with us, and we're communicating with them. And the more we can listen to each other, then we can guide the dog, and we can try to train them. Can't train them to stop eating the gloves or bite me when I pick them up sometimes. But communication with your pets is really important. Communication with campers is important. If you don't pick up after your dog, if you're letting your dog run loose, you don't know what the other dogs are like in that campground. They may be friendly like yours. They may tear your dog's head off. Seriously. We had somebody that had a small dog. We had a campground in Central Texas in a rural area with coyotes and eagles in the wintertime. And these people had let their dog out at night to go potty, and it never came back, and they never found it. I think it was found. It went to dinner with the coyotes, if you know what I'm talking about. So anyway, that's my glove story. What am I going to be talking about this week? I don't know. I'll be talking about probably introducing you to some more RV dealers that I trust. I'm trying to put together this network, and I'm not working full-time on it. I'm not. And I appreciate everybody for making your recommendations for, these are good dealers over here. This is a real good dealer over in Georgia. I appreciate that, but I've got a very, very small team, and I cannot go after everybody as much as I maybe could at 30 or 40 years old. But this network, RV Dealers I Trust, it is primarily independent, privately owned, family-run RV dealerships, the little mom and pop dealership that I think is hanging on by their fingernails with corporate America take it over just about everything. I was a campground owner, one of those small mom and pop campgrounds, until corporate America came in and said, hey, here's a check. And they gave me a lot. They did. And some of you will say, well, he's a sellout. If that's the way you view it, yes. Let me tell you something. I've worked hard my whole life. I continue to work hard. Nobody has given me anything except an opportunity. And when I built my business, it was built with hard work, dedication, commitment, finding a team of great people, being in an industry, the RV industry, the camping, the hospitality industry. It is absolutely fabulous. And I built a really good business. And a company came in and wanted it much more than I did. And I wanted it a lot. So I don't know how I got off on that. But I'm going to be talking with RV Dealers I Trust in hopes that when it's time for you to buy or sell your RV, contact some of my dealers. I want you to be responsible. Whatever decisions you make, good or bad, as I say, you have to own them. You have to take responsibility for those decisions. But I will give you people that I think you can trust. Anybody that is in the RV Dealers I Trust network has been fully vetted by me. That doesn't mean they're perfect. It means that they are really good. They're among the best of the best in the RV industry, and I think that you can trust them because they will truly give you a VIP experience when you do business with them. So anyway, I hope you have a good rest of your weekend, and you will hit the subscribe button, maybe give this video a thumbs up. On the weekends like this, I try and respond to every single comment, every one of them. So if you got something to say, now's a good time to say it. During the week, I just don't have time to, I read them all. I just don't have time to respond to everybody. Also, if you click the word more in the description, you'll be able to get my personal email address as well as my cell phone number. It's really my cell phone, and it is on about half the time. But if you get my voicemail, leave me a message. I love hearing from you. I really do. So y'all go make it a great weekend. Thank you for joining me this morning. And tell me about your dog stories. What kind of camping tip do you have for people now that the weather's warming up, people going camping outside? Drop a comment below. If nothing else, just to say howdy. All right, until next time, I'm Alan Warren, the RV Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice, and don't leave your good manners at home.